Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time we're doing it on Cambridge Law Secondary Checkpoint Mathematics Paper 2, April 2022. You may use a calculator for this paper. Question 1. Here's a list of numbers. Write down the number that is a factor of 56. Let's look at all of the factors of 56. We have 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 14, 28, 56. Out of these, which one number is also present in this? You have a 7 there, and that's the only one. So you write the answer 7. Question 2. Rajiv is thinking of 3 consecutive even numbers less than 20. The product of these numbers is between 1000 and 2000. Find the 3 numbers Rajiv is thinking of. So we can take the first one to be x, and then the second one to be x plus 2, and the third one to be x plus 4. This x over here can only be an even number, and it should be less than 16 because it's less than 20 written there. So if it's 16, then 16 plus 4 will be 20, and that's not allowed. Less than 20. The product is between 1000 and 2000. So we'll first start off with x equals 14. Then 14 into 16 into 18. Let's use a calculator. There. 14 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 18. 4032 is too big. Now let's take x equals 12. 12 into 14 into 16. 2688. Which is also too big. X equals 10. 10 into 12 into 14. It's equal to 1680. Which satisfies these conditions. Therefore, the 3 numbers are 10, 12, and 14. Question 3. A. Work out 45% of $285. So that's equal to 45 by 100 multiplied by this value. And let's get a calculator. 45 divided by 100 into 285. 128.25 dollars. Now B, Eva buys a book for $5. She sells it for $6.50. Work out the percentage profit. That's equal to 6.50 minus 5 by 5 multiplied by 100%. $6.50 minus 5. Why do we do that? That's because we need to get the difference between the book's original price and the selling price. And we divide by 5 and get the percentage by multiplying by 100. So let's do that. 6.5 minus 5 into 100 divided by 5. And now we have a 30% increase or 30% profit. That's the answer. Question 4. Here's a grid. A equals 1, negative 1, B equals negative 5, negative 2, and C equals negative 3, 2. Plot points A, B, and C on the grid. So first we'll plot A, 1x and negative 1y. Point is here. B is negative 5x and negative 2y. Point is there. Now let's plot point C. It's negative 3, 2, which means x equals negative 3 and y equals 2. So x equals negative 3, the line is over here. Y equals 2, it's over here. And the intersection's right there. So we can plot the point C over there. B. ABCD is a parallelogram. Find the coordinates of point D. Now if it's a parallelogram, that means there will be 2 pairs of sides which are parallel. So these 2 will be parallel and these 2 will be parallel. Like that. At the end it must look something like this. And with this point over here being the point D. Somewhere around there, not exactly. Let's say a distance from B to C. That'll be the same distance from D to A. So we have the x increasing by 2 and y increasing by 4 from B to C. Now from D to A, we'll have the x increasing by 2 and y increasing by 4. So from which point we can translate it right 2 and up 4. This point right here, which I've just drawn. The point of x value -1 and y value -5. This is point D. Now we can draw dotted lines and just check that this is a parallelogram. And when we finish drawing the dotted lines like this, we can see that indeed these two sides are parallel, these two sides are parallel, which means this is a parallelogram. That means the point D is at -1, -5. That's the answer. Question 5. Write down the speed shown in the diagram. We know the speeds between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals between each one. So that means the difference between these two large intervals is 80 minus 60, 20. And we divide that by 5 to get 4 kilometer per hour increase between each small interval. So 60, 64, 68 kilometers per hour. Question 6. A road is 450 meters long. A. It takes a woman 5 minutes to walk along the road. Work out the average speed of the woman. Give your answer in meters per second. So 5 minutes equals 300 seconds. And meters per second is 450 by 300 because distance by time is equal to speed. That means 1.5 meters per second. B. A bicycle travels along the road at an average speed of 5 meters per second. Work out the time it takes the bicycle to travel along the road. Give your answer in seconds. So time is equal to distance by speed, and that is equal to distance of 450 meters by 5 meters per second. And when we do the math, it's 90 seconds. Question 7. Mike buys 8 cakes for $11.60. Calculate the cost of 5 cakes. So if 8 cakes cost this much, that means 1 cake costs 11.60 by 8. And let's get a calculator to do this. Here, $11.60 divided by 8, which is $1.45 per cake. So for 5 cakes, it's equal to this into 5, which is $7.25. That's the answer. Question 8. Complete these sentences. A cube has dash faces. Cube has 6 faces. A cylinder has dash vertices. 0. 9. Angelique goes on train journey from Aba to Dita. Here's a section of the train timetable. The afternoon journeys have the same duration as the morning journeys. Angelique catches the 12:53 train from Aba. The train does not stop at Bora Kadas. Work out the time Angelique arrives in Dita. So if it does not stop anywhere, that means there won't be any timing here. So that means you have to take the same duration as one of these. So we can take any one because all of them have the same duration. You can calculate that out. Over here, I'll show you what duration it is. So that'll be 12:21 minus 11:42 because I'm taking this train. That'll make, when we subtract it, this will become 11. We get 81. And doing this, we get 39 here and 0 hours. So 0 hours and 39 minutes. And now the time that she arrives in Dilla is going to be 12:53 plus 0:39. So that will be, we put a 2 here. This will become a 9. This will be 12. So we can write this as 13:32. So it's 1:32 p.m. That's the answer. Let's go to question 10. Question 10. Write the letter of each shape in the correct position of the table. One has been done for you. So shape D has parallel sides, which are these two, and no right angles. None of these are right angles or 90 degrees. Now let's see what can A be in. Has at least one right angle. That's true. It has two actually. Has no parallel sides or has parallel sides. These two sides are parallel. That means it comes in this column and this column, which intersects here. We write letter A there. Has at least one right angle. Yes for B. Has no parallel sides. Also yes. So B is here. C is obviously here then, but I'll just show. Has no right angles. These are all not right angles. This is actually just a straight 180-degree angle. Next is has no parallel sides. Yes, this is not parallel because they intersect. Question 11. Find the cube root of 32. We need to use our calculator for this. Cube root of 32 will be approximately 3.175 to 3 decimal places. Question 12. Simplify A. 7 by x minus 3 by x plus 1 by x. All of these already have the same denominator, so we can just do 7 minus 3 plus 1, the whole divided by x. That will be 5 by x. That's the answer. B. Y by x plus m by 2x. To make the same denominator, 2y by 2x plus m by 2x. That's equal to 2y plus m by 2x. That's the answer. Question 13. Here are the spelling test results for the 25 students in Class A. A. Complete the table for Class A. So we have a table up here which shows the scores and frequencies. And now the table over here, we have to complete it with the mode and the median. So first, what's the mode? The mode means whichever one of these scores has occurred the most. Frequency highest is 6 and the score is 4. So mode is 4. Now for the median, first we take the median of 1 and 25. The median will be 13 because 1 plus 25 by 2 is 13. Now we need to search for the 13th student. So over here we have 6 students, 10 students, 11, 12, 13 students when we add it up. So the 13th student comes in score 6. Therefore the median is also 6. B. Here's some information about Class B for the same test. Draw a ring around the two best measures for comparing which class did better. Obviously, it's not the range because that only describes like with the wideness of the scores or the distribution of the scores. It's not the mode either because that doesn't describe anything. So it's the median and the mean. That's the answer. C. Tick the class that has better results overall. Class A or B? Explain your answer. Actually, Class A has better results. The explanation is using the previous question. Mean and median are better for Class A. You can write better or higher for Class A. Question 14. One solution of the equation x squared plus 4x equals 63 lies between 6 and 7. Use the method of trial and improvement to find the solution correct to one decimal place. Show all your working and you may not need to use all the rows. Now let's see, we have 6 and 7. The answer is between this. So let's start with 6.5 because it's in the middle. Let's get our calculator out. Now we can do 6.5 squared plus 4 into 6.5. 68.25. And this is too big because we need 63. Now we can go for a lesser x, 6.3. We can do the same thing. We get 64.89, which is still too big. Now we go even smaller, 6.1. and then we square it, added with 6.1 into 4, 61.61, which is too small. Now we take 6.2, square it, add 6.2 into 4, 63.24, which is slightly bigger. And now we've done all decimal place for one decimal place. And out of these, 6.2 is actually the closest to 63. It gives the closest answer. Therefore, we can write x equals 6.2. Question 15. Yuri has a large rectangular card measuring 1.2 meters by 0.8 meters. He wants to cut it up to make small rectangular cards, each measuring 13 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters. Work out the largest number of cards he can make. We can find out how many widths are possible by actually dividing 1.2 by 11.5, because this will give the largest answer. So the number of widths of the cards will be 1.2 meters is simply 120 centimeters. So 120 divided by 11.5, which is equal to 10 with remainder 5, so it'll be 10. And the number of lengths, which is 13 centimeters, will be 0.8 meters or 80 centimeters divided by 13. So 80 by 13, which is equal to 6 with remainder 2. Now, the largest number of cards will be 10 into 6, which is equal to 60 cards, and that's our answer. Let's go to question 16. These are the ratios of iron to other materials in metal A and metal B. Take the metal that contains a greater proportion of iron, metal A or B. You must show your working. So let's make the iron content equal. So metal A will be 10 is to something. Metal B also has to be 10 is to something, because the LCM of these two numbers is 10. Now when you multiply 2 into 5, we also have to multiply 27 into 5, because they have a proportion, direct proportion. We get 10 is to 135. Here we have to multiply 56 into 2. We get 10 into 112. And now we can see that metal B actually has a greater proportion, because metal A, even though we have made both of these equal, we can see that there's a larger amount of other materials in metal A. Therefore, metal B is the answer. Question 17. This frequency diagram shows the number of visits to the gym by 155 people in September. Work out how many people went to the gym more than 20 times, and work out the class interval that contains median number of visits. So how many people went more than 20 times? It's there in those because it's greater than 20. So over here, this line, it is at number 25, and this one, it is at 15. So we get 25 plus 15, 40 people. Work out the class interval containing the median number of visits. The median number of visits means the median of 1 and 155. So we add these and divide by 2. And for that, we get the answer as 78. That means the 78th person is the one we need to search for. So we have 25, 65, and then after the third one, we have 85 people, which means the 78th person is somewhere in between 11 to 15 visits. That means the class interval is 11 to 15. Question 18. Write decimal numbers in the spaces to make a true statement. So 0.009 less than dash less than 0.01. We can write any number in between. I'm going to write 0.0095. And now this one, 0.01 less than dash less than 0.011. For that, we can say any number between these. 0109 also is okay. Just somewhere in between. You need to make sure it's somewhere in between these two. That's all. Question 19. The diagram shows shape A and shape B drawn on a grid. Describe fully the single transformation that transforms shape A to B. We know this is a rotation because the angle of the shape has changed. So we can write rotation. Now next we need to see the rotation from A to B, which is this way. Which direction is this? Anti-clockwise. And how many degrees is this rotation? It's 90 degrees because when we tilt this 90 degrees anti-clockwise, we get this figure. Not in the same position, but if we just tilt it where it is, it becomes something like this, which is this. That means we get 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Now, the center of rotation is what we need to find. What's the center of rotation? It is the point where all the other points on the polygons correspond. What do I mean? It means that these 2 points must have the same distance from that center of rotation. So if you're thinking that, you might think this is the one because these two are 1x value away from this point. But then we need to take account other points as well. Next two corresponding points are these two because they're the same on both figures. It just rotated. So these two also have to be the same distance. But if you put it here, this is 1x up and 1y down. But this is 2x down. So we subtract 2x from this to get this. But we add 1x and subtract 1y to get this. If we take this point here, we add 1x, subtract 2y. Subtract 1y, subtract 2x. So the directions are not the same, but because it's been rotated, if we rotate this L shape here, we will get this L shape. If we rotate it in the same direction and same amount. Means this is the center of rotation because these 2 points are also the same distance away. If we take these 2 points as well, these are the same distance away. So which point is this? 1, 1. That's the answer. Question 20. 2 points A and B have coordinates -1, 4 and 3, 6. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB, which is the line which connects these 2 points. So the x value of the midpoint of AB is equal to, using this formula which I'm going to write, x1 plus x2 by 2. What does this mean? The x of the first point plus the x value of the second point divided by 2. Or this is the mean average of the two x values. So which of these are x1 and x2? X of the first point is over here, so x1, -1. x2 is the x of the second point, which is 3. Now using this same thing, we can use the same formula for y, except we just replace the x's with y's. y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We define the midpoint of the y point as well. It's quite easy to find out which is y1 and which is y2. 4 is y1 and 6 is y2. We can simply substitute this in. So we have -1 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 2 by 2, which is 1. That's the x value. Now the y value is 4 plus 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 10 by 2 equal to 5. That's the y value. And we can just write down here, and that's the answer. Question 21. There's a triangular prism, and there's a net. It's drawn on centimeter square paper. Work out the surface area of the prism. First, let's label it. We have 4 centimeters, 2 centimeters here, all the way to the other side. And then we have 5 centimeters for a diagonal, both of them. And then where is 3 centimeters? It's actually this line over here on both sides. And also, this is 5 centimeters because it joins up with the diagonal. And this is also 3 centimeters. Joins up with this side when you fold it. This one, by joining with the diagonal, I mean joining with this side. Now the surface area, we can find it by just finding the area of these separate components. 6 centimeters squared. And then this is 8 centimeters squared 10 centimeters squared. Now the triangles, they both are equal, and it's 6 centimeters squared for both. So we just add this, and we get the answer as 36 centimeters squared. That's the answer. Question 22. Here's a multiplication with a mixed number missing. 5 by 8 into dash is equal to 3 by 4. Work out the missing mixed number. So 5 by 8 into x, we'll write the dash as x, is equal to 3 by 4. That means x equals 3 by 4 divided by 5 by 8, which is 3 by 4 into 8 by 5. Now we can cancel out some things, which is 6 by 5, and that's 1 by 5. That's the answer. Question 23. Lily has 2 bags. Each one contains 4 counters, as shown in the diagram. Each of them has one number written on it. She picks one counter from each bag and adds together the numbers on the counters. Work out the probability that the total is more than 3. You may find this table here useful. You can write down all the values in the 2 separate bags. This is A and this is B. Let's label it. And now we have bag A, bag B. This is addition. Now bag A has 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 3. Bag B has 1, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 1, 2, 3 here. So we've written it correctly. Now we simply add up all of these and write it down. The probability that the total is more than 3. The total number of outcomes is 16. And the probability more than 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 16. That's the answer. Question 24. The graph shows that the cost of electrical wire is proportional to the length of the wire. A. Use the graph to find the formula for the cost, C dollars, of a length of wire, X meters. We have the graph showing that when X is 10, the cost is in the middle of $15 and $20, which is $17.5. So the cost for 10 meters is equal to $17.5. 1 meter will be $1.75. For X meters, we can multiply by X on both sides. That means X meters gives 1.75 into X, and X meters into 1.75 gives the cost. That's the answer. That means 1.75x. B. Calculate the cost of 23.4 meters of wire. So now we can take 1.75 into 23.4. Let's get our calculator out. That's equal to $40.95. That's the answer. Question 25. Cube A has volume of 125 centimeters cube. Cube B has a side length of the same thing, 125 centimeters. Cube C has a surface area of 125 centimeters squared. Write cubes A, B, and C in order of size, starting with the smallest. So we find the side of cube A. So side of A is equal to cube root of 125, which is 5 centimeters. The side of B, we can take side length 125. So 125 centimeters. Side of C is equal to, first we can see the formula. That's equal to 6 into the side length square is the surface area, which we'll write as SA. Now S squared is equal to SA by 6, and S is equal to the root of SA by 6. So we can do that. And the surface area here is 125, so the root of 125 by 6. Let's get our calculator out. 125 root divided by 6. which is equal to 1.8633 and goes on centimeters. So this is quite an interesting value, 1.86 centimeters. Now we can see that 1.86 is less than 5 and that's less than 125. 1.865, 125. We simply write the respective cubes. So 1.86 is cube C, and then 5 is cube A, 125 cube B. So smallest is cube C, and then A, and then largest is B. That's the answer. And with that, you've come to the end of the paper. Hope you liked this video. Hope you learned something new from it. And please like, subscribe to our channel, share this video to your friends, and comment on how you think this video was and what you would like us to upload in the future. That's the end of this video. It's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Bye.